So I have the list of what I would consider the pertinent VGA um, uh, nominees. I took out all the esports stuff, so
That's fine.
because
Can't really comment on it.
I had no idea who these people were. So I was like, I can just start with this. So I've got these. I figure we can go through this, and I also have the games that I played for 2018. Where do you want to start?
We can start with VGAs just because, again, we're probably going to be live streaming the VGAs next week.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Feel free to join us.
Yeah. So we'll just kind of go through this list and talk about what we think about the ones that we know about at least. First one we have is the best debut indie game. So for this we have Donut County. Sorry, my bad.
Donut County, yeah.
Florence, Moss, The Messenger, and Yoku's Island Express. I know one of these.
I mean, I know Moss. I know Donut County.
Okay, I know The Messenger. So I guess not. We don't.
Is this the 2018 of the year show? No, I think we're just previewing the Game Award.
Yeah, this is just the VGA nominees. But like I know of The Messenger. I heard it's good. I haven't heard of any of the others. What's that?
Messenger's fantastic. Was Celeste on here?
Celeste is not in there for debut indie game. Is Celeste not? It's not.
I guess it wasn't their first one. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I would probably give it to The Messenger or Moss. I've only seen Moss played. I don't own a PSVR, but I've heard it's fantastic. The Messenger is a complete Ninja Gaiden homage. Old school, but what's weird is they throw some Metroidvania in it. It's a lot of fun. The music is fantastic. It's also very cheap.
Yeah.
I would probably say The Messenger just because it's the only one I've actually played.
I think The Messenger is going to win though, just from what I've heard from people. And I hadn't heard like anything from the others, so I think unless there's a sleeper in there, we'll see.
I think Moss has a shot. The only problem is that it had a limited play base, but since this is mainly voted on by journalists, they all have a PSVR.
Yeah, that's true. We also have best multiplayer game, which I find these picks interesting. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Hell yeah.
Destiny 2 Forsaken.
No.
Fortnite, which did not come out this year. That's what I don't. Monster Hunter World.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should be. I liked Monster Hunter World, but it didn't have enough replayability. Or Sea of Thieves.
Well, I mean, Monster Hunter World had they did a lot after launch. They added weekly hunts, and so that became a thing that you could do with friends. There's a streamer that I watched that would play every Sunday and would play with his viewers actually. So they added some in there for replayability to make it something to keep coming back. Fortnite, you're right. It's not this year. Isn't there an ongoing category too? Or did they get rid of that?
There's an ongoing category.
Fortnite should be in the ongoing category.
I'm looking down here for. I thought, best ongoing game. Fortnite's there too, and so is Destiny 2. So both.
I've played all of those, and I would say Black Ops 4.
I've heard Black Ops 4 is amazing. So yeah, I mean, I can see that. I haven't played the Destiny 2 Forsaken. I really liked Destiny. I could not get into Destiny 2. I didn't like the design. I've played Fortnite, but I don't know how to feel about giving it to a game that's already been out for a while. And
I think the reason they can say that it's in this year's category, I don't know if Keeley actually responded to that criticism, is they launched a physical edition in 2018, so they get to throw it in there.
That's dumb. That means you can just start, if you port a game, does that count too?
It might.
But
I mean, there's the thing about PUBG getting nominated too whenever it was still in beta, and so it's kind of like, I don't know, it's his award show. He can do it.
That's true. He can. Best sports or racing game. Here's a category I don't care about. FIFA 19, Forza Horizon 4, Mario Tennis Aces, NBA 2K19, or Pro Evolution Soccer. I will laugh.
Yeah.
What's that?
Aces should be in the category for biggest letdown.
See, I was just gonna say I would laugh if Aces won it. I haven't played it. I've heard it wasn't that great, but I just would think it was hilarious if like a Mario game took down these guys. I don't have a fighter in this except for maybe Forza, but
I I haven't played any of them, but I would say it's Forza just from how pretty Forza is.
It's gorgeous, and if that's what we're going on, then that's it. I mean,
I've heard it's great.
And we get 2 soccer games in here.
It got rated very highly on OpenCritic.
Okay.
I think it was one of the highest rated games of the year on OpenCritic. I think it was second or third behind like God of War and Red Dead. So, and it's a racing game, so that's just why I expected to win.
That's pretty high rating then. So we got strategy game. I'll try to go through these quicker, but strategy game, we have BattleTech, Frostpunk, Into the Breach, The Banner Saga 3, and Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Yeah!
And I know what your pick is.
It's because the only one I played, but I also love Valkyria Chronicles.
I think it's going to be between that and Banner Saga. Banner Saga is really good. I've played 2. I didn't play 3. But I think it's definitely going to be between those 2.
Yeah, I bought 1, and then I wasn't in the mood for it at the time, but I still have it on my Switch.
Yeah. Best family game, we have Mario Tennis Aces again. We have Nintendo Labo, Overcooked 2, Starlink, Battle of Atlas, or Mario Party.
In what world is Overcooked a good family game? That's the game where you want to kill people. Like me and my wife tried to play it, and we snapped at each other probably once a level. Yeah. Just a little snap. It was just like, I told you to pass me the tomatoes.
Whitney and I can't play this game now. Same reason. We don't play fighters either, fighting games, because mostly because like Whitney does not like, when she plays games, she doesn't want to be frustrated. It's the easiest way to put it. She won't play Dark Souls. She won't play like games like that because she's like, if I'm playing a game, I just want to have fun. Doesn't have to, she'll put it on easy and she'll go play and go have fun. So, what?
I said girls just want to have fun.
Yeah, they do. But like, yeah, 1v1 like Street Fighter. She's not gonna play it. Like we learned that a long time ago. We learned that a long time ago. So Overcooked, not gonna happen. So I would not put it as the best family game. I think this should go to Super Mario Party.
Probably. That or Labo. I can see Labo being a family.
I liked Labo. I really liked Labo. Anyways, best fighting game, because we're talking about fighting.
Fighter Z. It's fighters, I know, but I just like saying fighters.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters, Blaze Blue, Cross Tag Battle. This franchise has been going on a ridiculous amount of time for me to not even know anything about it. Soul Calibur 6 and Street Fighter 5 Arcade.
So this is what you're saying about a port, right? Street Fighter 5 was there. It's between Soul Calibur and Fighters, and because Soul Calibur was also just awesome. Yeah. But man, Fighters was pretty, dude. Like that's one of the most beautiful cel shaded games I've ever played.
Yeah, it really is. It's one that I'm considering like getting just because it looks so good.
I suck at fighting games, and I literally bought it just to like watch the art go on the screen. I'm like, man, it's probably one of the first times I've ever felt like, wow, this is like I'm a Z fighter right now.
Yeah, you're in there. Yeah, I can see that. But best role playing game. Here's something we know a little bit more about. So Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age.
Great nod.
Yep. And then great nod.
Yeah, good for them.
Oh, nod. Sorry, I thought you meant that was like a reference, like the Elusive Age was something. No. I do agree. Good for them to be in there. Monster Hunter World.
Also cool.
Mm-hmm. Ni no Kuni 2, which I know Kevin really likes. I've not gotten into. Octopath Traveler or Pillars of Eternity 2.
Great lineup. I have my own favorite in here at Pillars of Eternity. I know I'm probably not. It's probably not going to win. I did not like Octopath Traveler. I played the demo and I couldn't get into it. Yeah, it's one of those things where the demo was poorly done and it turned me off of the game because the demo kind of put you in at this weird point in the game, I think. But it also just felt like it was going to be a big grindy fest and I just wasn't in the mood for it. Really cool for Monster Hunter Worlds. Really good showing for them this year. I'm really happy with Capcom this year. Dragon Quest XI is the only one that I put any serious time into. And it's so it's such a happy game. Like the music in there, like it is extremely old school. It's a little dated, but at the same time, man, you can't not smile when you're playing a little Dragon Quest.
Yeah. I think it's a great lineup, honestly. Any of these winning, I'll be happy for different reasons. I don't think I honestly, like I said, I didn't dig Octopath Traveler, but the fact that it was,
I know a lot of people did.
I know a lot of people did. The fact that it was nominated is great. If it wins, I say good for them.
If you ever get a little RPG music thing, because you know how Square Enix do, go listen to the soundtrack. It does a great soundtrack.
Okay, I'll check that out. Got quite a few bit more of it here, but I think these are really interesting. Best action adventure game: Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Marvel's Superman. Sorry, Spider-Man. That's different. Red Dead Redemption 2, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Dude, like
every single game this year, every single one of those, I'm okay with. Like if they win. I'm a huge fan of Tomb Raider. This is supposed to be the last Tomb Raider game, so
especially after they didn't make any money.
Yeah, that too.
Really,
but all of these games are good. I have a feeling. What's that?
Kevin says Red Dead.
Says Red Dead. I think for action adventure, I think this is going to go to God of War, and I think that it's going to go to that because I think it's not going to get the best game of the year as much as I want it to. I don't think it's going to get game of the year.
See, I'm actually flipping it because I think that Red Dead gets this category because God of War is gonna get game of the year.
So this is the whole like best picture, best director thing in the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
It's like you can't have both. You can't have both. So I can see.
Although honestly, again, dude, like there's so much fun. Like you cannot go wrong picking any of these games to play. By the way, I really hope that Tomb Raider gets a boost out of this. Out of the Game Awards just because of I really don't want this franchise to die, but dude, like I would pick Spider-Man because of the combat.
I love Spider-Man's combat.
When I think about the action adventure, like I'm thinking gameplay and how much I enjoyed swinging around being Spider-Man. I would pick Spider-Man. I honestly think Kevin's probably right and that Red Dead's gonna win. But for me, it would be Spider-Man.
I could see that. Again, this is one that I'm not upset if any of these win. I'm not going to be like, like some years where you're like, that's a bad choice. Any of these are good choices. Some of this is subjective.
I'm not going to be able to say enough about Odyssey other than what I've heard on the anecdote, and that Odyssey is a effing fantastic game. I bought it for the wife, but she just hasn't had time to start it.
Yeah.
I might start it ahead of her just because of how many good things I've heard about it.
Yeah, it's one that I want. Yeah, I want to play more of. There's a lot of these I want to play more of, or like you're talking about. Like I'm even fine if my wife plays it and I like hang out and watch. Like so many of these games, I'm okay with that completely. It's a different experience, but I think it's a great experience. We got a best action game category of which is I guess different than action.
I don't understand.
I think it was like we just needed another category.
I don't get it.
I think it's because they really wanted to put best shooter on here, but there's so many games that are shooters they didn't want to. It's my guess.
Sure.
We've got Call of Duty Black Ops 4,
yeah.
Dead Cells, Destiny 2, Far Cry 5, and Mega Man 11.
Get Far Cry 5 out of there. There's nothing like if Red Dead is an action adventure game, then Far Cry 5 is an action adventure.
Yeah, I would put this more as action adventure. To me, it's hard for me to separate how vast first-person shooters have become nowadays.
Yeah.
But Far Cry 5 is not an action game. I loved it. I really did, but it's not an action game. Destiny 2, yeah. Dead Cells, sure. Mega Man, yeah. Mega Man 11. When did that originally? Is that a port?
No, Mega Man 11's this year.
Okay.
That was the end of September.
I'm thinking of all the different versions of X, and I feel like there should have been an 11 in there.
The X collection did come out this year as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Kevin thinks that Dead Cells wins. I disagree, and I think Black Ops wins.
We'll see. I don't know.
Black Ops is so good, dude.
That's what I keep hearing. That's what I keep hearing.
Blackout is so much fun.
Yeah. I need a red box.
The only thing that's been hard about Red Dead, and like I got really into Black Ops until Red Dead came out, and then it's like I really want to play through the story. So I haven't played a lot of Black Ops, but I've been watching it like every day.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump forward here a little bit. Best narrative. We have Detroit's Become Human, God of War, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
I didn't get to rant about this when we talked about the Game Awards, but the fact that, like, everybody knows how much Owen loves Life is Strange. Life is Strange 1 is one of my favorite games ever. It's the first game me and my wife ever played together. It means quite a bit to me. How do you nominate Episode 1? It's not a complete game. Like, I don't get it.
Is the whole season out? Is the whole game out?
No, episode 2 comes out in January.
So my guess is that they wanted to have it on here, but didn't want to wait till next year.
No, I don't know what Keeley's doing with it. It was just such a weird nomination. Granted, episode 1 has quite a lot of emotion packed into that 2 hours, but it's not a standalone game to me, and so I just don't like the fact that
it's not a full experience, a full narrative, if you will. Which is why I would say maybe it doesn't get this one. I mean, I as much as I want it to, I think God of War is going to get this.
Yep.
God of War, so good.
Kevin disagrees and says Spider-Man, but
Spider-Man was good too. But God of War was just so excellent, and it made me care way more than I thought I'd care for any characters in that game.
It made me go from not liking Kratos at all to be like, all right.
Yeah. A lot of this is the same, but there's two more I'll come over talk about. Is best game direction, A Way Out,
yeah,
Detroit Become Human, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption.
The funny thing is, I think A Way Out got nominated just to have that guy back on the screen.
Wait, which guy?
You remember?
No.
You don't remember him from last year?
Which one was he?
Oh, dude, he's like the drunk. This is bad of me to say here. I think he's Italian. He could be French. He's one of the two. And I feel bad for clumping those together. Stupid Americans.
Some type of European.
Yeah. Yes, he was drunk off his balls, and like he straight up, like he flipped off the camera and said "F the Academy Awards." It was the best moment ever, and I swear that A Way Out got nominated for best because it's an interesting game, but I swear I got nominated just as an excuse to invite that guy back.
In that case, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know enough about how directing a game works to really give a good opinion. I will pick Spider-Man because I do think that from a narrative perspective, I think that it was put together well and it surprised me. I don't know if that might be a narrative thing instead of a direction. I don't know how it works.
Direction's the whole package. I mean, but it's basically, and unfortunately they're not naming a game director here because they're just like, oh, it's the studio. It's like, no, somebody's involved in wrangling all these people together. I would say Marvel Spider-Man or God of War should get it for this. Either one of them I'm fine with. And then we have the Game of the Year, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption.
Dude, I know that we mentioned this before, but I'm so happy that Celeste is on this thing.
Yeah.
So happy. It's the best $20 that you could spend if you like platforming at all.
Yeah. I am very happy for them. And again, we have another category that are just amazing games. We are in such a great time. What a time to be alive, right? I mean,
I thought somebody mentioned that they were ready for the next console generation on one of the gaming groups I'm in, and I'm like, what are you talking about? This is PS4's prime right now, and sorry Xbox, it's not like you're doing some cool things, but it's not your prime. You never had one. You might next year. Good luck to you. I really hope so. Starting with that Obsidian announcement. do something. But it is prime time right now, man. There's so much happening in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think I've got so much going on that, like, and so many good games, I don't need the next console generation. And if you're a graphics hog like that, go get a gaming PC and just crank it. Seriously.
Yeah, nerd.
And more power to you for that, literally and figuratively. Like,
I say nerd with the nicest thing. We're talking on a gaming PC right now.
We are too. So yeah, I think I'm like, if that's what you want, that's what you want, sure. But from a console standpoint, we're doing awesome here. Like, from a console standpoint, and for the most part, for the majority of gamers, they're really enjoying what's out there, and they're enjoying the quality of what's out there. We're not in a situation where we're thinking, that doesn't look as good. Like, every game that comes out, every
beautiful
good AAA game is beautiful. Yeah. So,
well, and even some of the stuff like Celeste, like, even though it's I want to say it's 16-bit, you know, it's a 16-bit. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great time to be alive. So
I think God of War wins.
I think God of War wins for God of War. I think Red Dead could win. I loved Spider-Man, but I think God of War is a more cohesive package than any other game I've played in at least a decade, maybe. I don't know.
I just think it's more. Whenever you think about like award show type stuff, and you think about like the impact that it had. I'm not saying Red Dead didn't have an impact. I think the impact is fresh. I think that I honestly think God of War benefits from coming out earlier in the year, with the fact that you can still. The game came out in March. It's now November. I don't know when the ballots were cast, but I know so many people that were still thinking about God of War that many months later, where it's like Red Dead's got to be that thing where it's like, oh, well, you know, I just played Red Dead and it was great, but man, God of War, that was a good time.
It's still resonating, especially you said the ballots cast. If they were cast, you know, a couple weeks ago, then God of War is probably going to win it. So we'll see.
I don't know when we'll say our goaties and everything. Everybody knows how much I love Spider-Man. It's a fantastic game. I have a very strong case of making Celeste my own personal one. I've been saying it a lot. I go back and forth probably daily between that and Spider-Man, but Celeste is so good. The little story, it doesn't resonate with everybody because it's about self-doubt and stuff, but the platforming is perfection. Yeah. The best platforming game I've ever played.
And I think that again, like we were talking about in the news, like you're at least looking at that and going, you know, okay, well, it may not be the best, maybe it'll be the best game ever. It's it's my favorite, because there's a difference. There's a difference, and sometimes you have to be objective with these. It's like, okay, you may have a favorite. Kevin talking about Dead Cells and him saying that he thinks that's his pick. I think that's Kevin's pick, and that's not wrong. I just think that resonates with him. And it may resonate with me. I haven't played the game, but I think objectively, I think that there was a different pick there. But anyways, let us know in the comments who you think is going to win, and watch us while we stream the video games VGAs live. It's going to be awesome.
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.